Hey everybody, Kevin Hoyt with the Grassroots Warrior Network and Linda again for another episode of Free Wave. Of course, we're talking about the WAVwatch, W-A-V, wave and frequency. I got one too. And this is a kind of our Christmas special. I'm going to give away another watch. It's been a while because I've been so sidetracked. There's so much going on. First step, Linda, how are you today?
I'm good. And I'm just like you. There is so much going on. It's just hard to keep up with anything, in
It
our
is.
lives, let alone Christmas coming up too.
It
So,
is. Well, and I'm glad you noticed, you mentioned that because again, we are sharing this incredible new frequency tool, right? The WAVwatch that's by you. And I love your love sign, by the way. We talked about it afterwards. Selfigo, am I saying it right? Selfugio?
the solfeggio frequencies.
Yeah.
Yep.
In Vermont, we say selfigo. How's that?
I like it. It's like,
Right, and it's funny, we don't. I told you when I called it the first time off air, and that got a chuckle too, but I'm just getting to that. Again, I don't know how long I've been playing with this. 4 months, 5 months. It's been a little while now. And I'm still playing with new stuff. So I just had, these are the Bach emotions. In fact, let me pull it up and I'll tell people because again, I'm just starting to play. So I'm not that familiar with it. Do you know them off the top of your head? Do you know what they are? Let's test Linda.
no, because there's 38 of the different Bach emotions.
Well,
Yeah.
again, the Bach emotions, the chakras, love, and this is how I started it. Michael Jaco said, "Man, I got it on," and he's always talking love bubble and stuff, and he said it made him feel great. So again, I was playing, and I said, "Let's try the love bubble." I used it last night, put it on love, and I don't know, I felt really, really good. So there's a whole bunch of things on here. Again, ADHD. I'm like, did I just jump screen? Anxiety, bipolar, brain concentration, combat disorders, right? That's all under the
Yep.
emotion tab
Emotions.
when you
Yep.
guys look. And I'm going to take it off so I can show people. But when you purchase a WAVwatch, when you get it, there's different categories. Linda has put these all in order, so it's pretty user friendly. You have 3 buttons. The bottom one turns the watch off and on. These ones up in here are volume, right? So, and then, oops, I jumped into the sets. When you look at your screen, right, you actually see, and it's what chronic, detox, emotions, favorites, A to Z. So you can punch in, again, Linda, this is one of my complaints. I was feeling nausea the other day. I'm like, oh, I got to find, it took me 5 minutes to get to the end. I'm like, man, there's 1,000 of them you got to go through. Germs, emotions, I got to complain about something. Favorites is a big one because that's where you set your playlist. So, I had like 10 or 12 and my playlist got like 50, 60 things, all 3 playlists. And I listen to that when I'm sleeping. And I can't tell people what this is going to do for you, but I can tell you what it's done for me. And my knee pain, my headaches, my simple things that I have. I should work on my vision a little more. I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I don't. For me, it's work, but I don't have leukemia or Bell's palsy, or I haven't had a stroke or cardiac arrest or all these things. So that's where the giveaway, the humanitarian program comes in. And that's all, Linda. Linda, that was the kindness of your heart. We said, let's do this. Let's give back to the community. Of course, I influenced a little bit. And we've been doing this and we've been having tremendous success, great reports from everybody. We haven't had a single person yet that hasn't been really, really satisfied. We had a couple of customer service complaints. That'll happen in any business. And they talked to your husband when they called, and everybody's all tickled pink with that too, family operation. But it's Christmas time. What's your cutoff? The 18th? Is that what we said?
They said if you want to get it, in the USPS or any service by Christmas, the 18th is about the last day to order. So about 2 o'clock on the 18th,
Right.
that's the
And
cutoff. And if you order after that, we'll ship it, but no guarantees.
gotcha. And we were just talking about this. Today's the 15th. And when
Hmm.
we go to air this, I was thinking tomorrow, the 16th, but just because of that deadline, maybe I'll put it up tonight just so people can have I want them to get this by Christmas because what a better gift, honestly. And we talk about price point. What do these cost? Let's give them the bad
These
news.
are normally they're $5.97, but if you use Kevin's code, which is Kevin 100, how hard is that? You're going to get $100 off.
Right.
and it would be $497. And then just for Christmas, we have another 12% off. And we are kind of running a special, we're calling it, the 12 frequencies of Christmas. And every day we have a different special. And during that time period, you can get an extra 12% off.
Right.
So,
And if there was only 12 frequencies, oh my God, there's 1,000. Like I said, this is amazing. And you can find other products. You can get a watch, $200 for motion sickness. You can get a watch for an insect repellent. You can get a watch for it's one frequency. That's got 1,000 frequencies, water resistant. It comes with a new band, which is awesome. I like that improvement. And the price point of $500, because I hear over and over and over again that people can't afford it. And I understand that from a Vermont perspective, because I am broke. Have you guys been grocery shopping? I understand,
yep.
but we have to prioritize. So if I have something that can possibly treat your chronic pain or help you with a disease, right? I mean, I don't know if it's going to work. I sure hope so. It's helped a lot of other people. Would that be worth $500? I think it would. How many pills do you get for $500? Big pharma pills.
And even a visit to, a specialist of some kind. And I'm not saying that you should not go to your doctor, but I'm just saying, you wake up with XYZ and you go, oh, that's on the WAVwatch, and you could try that while you're waiting to get into your doctor if you need to. And I've had several people say, I didn't need to go, so it might save some of those appointments and it would pay for itself.
Well, how much did you pay for insurance? How much of those copays? How much is the doctor visit? Again, $500, that's going to get you nothing in pills, right? Even with your copay and stuff, that's nothing in today's thing. And the results that we get have been, I mean, literally off the chart. I got my money's worth in the first, couple of days, and I didn't even know what I was doing. Linda was nice enough. She said, "Here, Kevin, try this thing." And I put it on, and I'm just pressing buttons, and boy, hey, it's working. And then the more I looked, I'm completely amazed by this. I really am. So that's why we're sharing it. This is another thing, Linda. We started a network, right? You're on it, the Grassroots Warrior Network. But when we had the conversation between me and my 20 friends, it's a lot bigger now. We didn't want to be just a network, like another network, a marketing network. I've never sold anything. Specifically, I purposely stayed away from things because I didn't want to be that guy. And then you kind of snuck in, if I'm being honest, right? Because we had a special and you said, hey, let's do this. And then I got one and I was like, I'm amazed. So when you see products on this network or with me specifically, that's all I can speak for, I guess. I believe in these products. I'm using these products. First thing I did after I got one, I used my promo code and I bought 4 more and I gave one to my father and my daughter and I'm like, this is amazing. Check this out. So I can't tell you guys, if it's going to work. Like I said, I sure hope it does. But let's talk about some of the success you have. Usually I'm going to give one away before we're done with the show, so stay tuned for that. But usually I have testimonials. I've seen a lot of your stuff that you've done.
Do you want me to show some testimonials?
But let's do it. You've got the screen share, Linda. Let's tell people about this amazing thing. And if you're interested, Kevin 100 will save you $100. And then in the background, we're giving away as many as we can.
All right. So I hope that's all up like we need it to be.
It is. I love it.
There we go.
Look at that.
Okay, so don't forget.
Young filly. I was going to give you credit there.
For what now?
I said, look at that hot young filly there.
Oh.
And this all started, by the way, again, this is important, I think. Linda was born deaf in one ear, so she's in touch with the frequencies. Breast cancer was a big part of how you got started, right? Can you tell us as you're going here?
Yes, both my mother and sister had breast cancer at the same time.
Wow.
And my medical doctors, of course, were very scared for me. And their only choice was to do a double mastectomy when I had nothing going on, And as a teacher, I'm looking at them going, are you serious? I can figure out something better than that, you know? So for the last 15 years, I have had a business. I still have it. And it's called BRAS, which stands for Breast Research Awareness and Support. BRAS, isn't that a neat little acronym?
It
And
is.
so I've been teaching women for 15 years how to protect their breast health, because the medical community is just skipping all over that. They're just saying, oh, cut your breasts off. You know, that'll take care of it, you know?
Right.
So what a choice they give us. So that's been my whole idea for many, many years, is to share education. And as thousands of women came in, what I learned was all of them had a different reason that they could have breast health problems, not necessarily breast cancer, but just breast health. And it was their emotions and their hormones and their lack of vitamins. And maybe they had a parasite that would cause actual breast cancer. A virus will cause it, a parasite will cause it, E. coli will cause it. The list is endless. And so I was sharing things with those women on what to do. And then it just occurred to me, frequencies would do all of it. So instead of taking 20 different things and blah, 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 I could use frequencies. And so I kind of cry when I say this, but I've had 9 women who had breast lumps go away or almost go away in 30 minutes.
Wow.
So,
The results are there. And again, we can't say certain words, or we can tell you what happened to other people.
that's
Right.
it.
And
Yes.
it's one
I'm
of
not
those
saying there
things.
was a double blind study. I'm just saying they have given me testimonies, you know.
Right. And the C word, I mean, imagine going to the doctor and hearing that puts people into a panic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's other ways. And again, from the Rife machine right up through, this has been around for thousands of years probably, but it's been not only hidden, it's been banned. And now, thanks to people like Linda, the WAVwatch is here. What's this beautiful family?
Well, this is a Merry Christmas to all of you, I guess you might say. This is the
Oh.
WAVwatch team. So we've expanded.
Wow.
And these, I actually get to say, these are my 2 sons, you know, that are on the team now. So John and Joseph, if you talk to any of them. This is Ina. She does all of our social networking and imaging and things like that. And so does Courtney. So skip there. Courtney helps with the social networking. Here's me and my husband, Carl. And so now you know if you have a face, if you call Carl.
I love it.
And then this is Terry from Washington State. And she does the emails. And this is Tom. He's more the prototype designer and help with all kinds of customer service. So Washington State, Kansas City, these 4 Kansas City area, and then we have Tennessee right here. So we're spread out, but we are definitely a team trying to help you through the holidays,
Right.
because
It
we have
looks like
lots
a
of
family.
specials.
So again, and it's Merry Christmas from your family to their family. Let's talk about those specials. 12 days of Christmas, 12% off. What else you got going?
That's it. And I think
Oh, that's
right
right.
there. So it says extra 12% off right there.
Oh,
And
there you
each
go.
day, yeah, and each day we've kind of been asking if you have any feedback or a testimony, and you can be put in a drawing for another free WAVwatch. So we're going to give one away too.
Awesome.
But if you go to the WAVwatch site or Facebook and WAVwatch Frequency Fanatics, we're also giving WAVwatches away there. Okay.
Right.
And if you decide to get one, this is what you get in your little set. So
Right.
the most
The
important
information
thing,
book is important, guys. Read it.
that's what I was going to say. And we've kind of had a little bit of problems. I'm not sure where my screen's skipping, but right here, people don't see this little tiny tab, and I can see it plain as day. Can you see that film? You know, they forget to peel their film off, and they think it's all scratched up. Seriously, that's one of our big problems, is people thinking it's scratched, when all they need to do is pull this film off, and then you put the screen protector on that comes with it. So we've got a charging cord, charging brick. We've got 2 choices of wristbands and a carrying case. What were you going to add, Kevin?
Well, I was going to say, and it's important to know you can get those pieces. So if you do put your screen protector on there and you crack it, because I have, right? Again, I'm a guy, so maybe I'm not the best spokesman for this product. I smash it off of stuff sometimes, and it's pretty resist. Mine still works. I don't have a problem with the watch. I cracked the screensaver and not the watch, so that's good news. That's why we buy them. You can get that stuff right there on WAVwatch.com also, right?
Yes.
You can.
And that's worth having, definitely. And then there is a warranty, an extra warranty that you can order. And be fair to me, order the warranty, in the first couple weeks if you forget to order it when you order the watch. And it is for damage, like Kevin said, just in case you go to the cross, through a doorway and knock yourself out or something. And it's $49.99 for accidental breakage and water damage. So that's really worth its weight. And this is something that Kevin was already showing you basically. And there's 1,000 selections and there's a little tiny video. It's 47 seconds, maybe a different way to look at it. And it doesn't have much sound.
There you go. Well, the sound is an important part. There we go. That's what this is acoustical frequency, which is very important for a lot of people. This isn't connected to the internet. There's no radiation or electronics. Well, it's electronic, I guess. But that's what you hear. And that must be on high. He's got that baby
Yes.
full volume. One of the
So we
things I
put it,
noticed with the Bach emotional stuff, again, I just started playing with that, is they're really, really low.
they
Normally I'm
are.
on 4 or 5. A lot of them I turn, because now I want to hear it. At first I didn't, but now I want to. So I got to turn them up to 12, 15. And
Yes,
it's
to
really, really
hear.
low. Yeah.
Mhm. And so we had it turned up loud so you could just hear that frequency. And to me, it's kind of like a bee buzz or an insect or something. And it's not something you want to hear. So, and you don't have to because your body is absorbing the frequencies. Don't forget that. So it's going to, there's a speaker right here, and one cell will start to vibrate, and then the next, and then the next, and then it just zips through your body at 4.3 times the speed of sound. Now, the emotional frequencies are soft, and that's just what Kevin said. And that basically is because there's only one frequency in that particular folder, where some of them that are loud, like the one you just heard, there might have been 30 frequencies wrapped together to make that particular frequency. So there are some differences. Not any problem. So just, a couple more ideas. There's 3 swipe screens. There's 4 ways to repeat the frequency. You can create 3 playlists, and it's not necessary to hear it. Okay. So that's important because even deaf people like me can feel it. That's our big thing. We can feel it.
Well, it goes back to, I want to add in Emoto again, Dr. Emoto and what he did with water. And again, this is intention and manifestation, but we took, again, it's frequency. They took water crystals, they froze them. And again, on one jar, they'd write love, and one jar, they'd write hate. And then they'd have people just thinking love or thinking hate. And they can actually change the shape of a snowflake, essentially, the water frozen to crystal. Love is so beautiful. That's why I followed Michael Jaco's recommendation and tried that one, right? If you
Yeah.
look at
And look what you
hate
have
or
right
set,
here.
well, it's part of that high vibe. And I'll tell you, I did it all last night, and I feel really good today. Almost wired. Like I feel, I don't know if it's, I
Wow.
can't, I just tried it for the first time last night. I'm going to try it again. And if it continues, I'm going to report accurately. What else we got here?
Wow.
Thousands of frequencies. No internet connectivity, just like I was talking about, so you don't have to worry. In fact, it's got an EMF blocker on it. That's one of the frequencies. In fact, remember our conversation, Linda? I'm like, I can't believe this thing is working so good, but I'm about to hit it with an EMF detector. And if it goes off, I'm going to destroy your company. I told her that. Remember? I did. And then you're like, Kevin, it's got a button. And of course, I still hit it with an EMF because I had trust issues, Linda. Not anymore. I love you and I love your product. So it's easy to change as variants occur. The program, I'm going to call it the song that she just showed you, was 35 minutes for your pancreas. That's a long one. Most of them are literally 6 to 8 minutes. I don't know. Do you have an average?
Most of them are going to be 8. Some of the longer ones are because I've learned to put some different frequencies together so that you don't have to. So like that 35-minute one for pancreas had 4 or 5 ideas together because you can't go searching and, all over to figure out what to put. And I learned from experience what to put
Gotcha.
when symptoms.
And no cords or wires or patches. Now it's got a charger. And I'll tell people, I get like 2 days out of mine. And then I
Mm.
chart, what'll happen is it's usually because I wear it at night when I sleep. Absolutely. And then I wear it all day too, to be honest, but depending on what I'm doing, right? So usually when it dies on me, it's during the daytime. So I
Mm.
charge it at that point, and then I wear it that night. But I think it holds power really, really good for that. Something else that there's, not only no cords and wires or patches, but there's no continuous payment. There's no monthly buy-in. You don't have to upgrade. It's one and done, which leads to cost effective. And I'll argue this all day long. $500 to help the things we're helping is a deal all day. And it's all ages. And I'm glad you put animals on there. Told you I had a buddy with a horse. He used it for his horses. He had a horse with a wounded leg, arm. I almost said arm. Horse with a wounded leg. And that's a big deal if you're a horse farmer. So, and I don't know if you knew that, these bands, if you maximize them, it'll go just above the knee of a horse. So
Oh, okay. Didn't know
this
that.
guy had one walking around in his pasture for a little while, and his horse got better. So he's all about that. My cat loves it. People's dogs love it. That got me thinking too. And it's funny how one thing leads to another. But because of my WAVwatch, and then the cat laid on it and the cat loves it, well, I get thinking about the purr of a cat and how healthy and beautiful that is. And now, like, the cat's on me and the WAVwatch, and I'm on the cat getting the purr, and it's a beautiful little community we got going. What else we
And
got for
you know
stars?
what?
Go ahead.
And you know what, Kevin? They actually say that the cat's purr is the perfect frequency to heal your bones.
Wow.
They have
Interesting.
measured that and they know that those two are the same frequency.
I
So
love your
having a
meetings.
cat when you got a broken bone set on your lap is amazing. Who knew
Wow,
that?
that is amazing. All the things that we didn't know, right? No,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm completely impressed by again, it's the results of this that really, really, have affected me. And I never paid attention to a cat's purr before, but now I am, thanks to this. That's what's cool about this too, is it makes you more aware of yourself and your own body, because self-care, I'm going to say there's a hard part to this, because there isn't. It's very, very easy. You just start pressing buttons and see how they affect you,
Yeah.
right? But trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with you, the doctors can't do it. That's why they call it a practice. They keep practicing on you, and the side effects sometimes are pretty serious, right? So you get to practice yourself, and you can't overdose, you can't harm yourself. If I accidentally put it on breast cancer and don't have breast cancer, it's not going to give me breast cancer. It's not going to do anything to me. So that's not, again, I haven't seen a downside other than detox. And again, to be fair, because this works, when people detox, again, have you ever seen anybody come off of alcohol or heroin or any other drug? When you are detoxing, your body has side effects to that detox. So I've seen, and again, when I first started with my WAVwatch, I developed a rash when I started using the detox. Nothing bad, but that was the bad things coming out of my body. Just happened to pick my face. Lucky me. Right.
And
But
since you mentioned that, I'll throw this in. I've had a couple testimonies now with a foot bath. Have you ever seen those ionizing foot baths, Kevin?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, and usually the water's black, right?
Right.
That's everybody's testimony. Their water is black.
Yeah.
And Michelle Morris, she talks about hers all the time. And then this is somebody named Sally that sent me this one. And she said after she used the WAVwatch, her water was clear for the very first time. And that's what Michelle's report is too. So that
Oh,
tells you
really?
it's detoxing. We're not sure how, but it does seem to be doing that, you know?
I
It's
tell I tell people that all the time, but I don't know how it works, to be honest, but it's working. That's the only important part to me. And again, the fact that I'm testing this, and I haven't found a I got one guy in North Dakota for his tinnitus, and we're still playing with it, and he still believes in it, right? He ordered the
and that
upgrade.
that is a hard one. The
Yeah.
tinnitus is a hard one.
Well, and it's
Um,
long-term problems too. I'm assuming they take a little longer to
yeah.
fix.
I have a testimony here and I tried to shorten it because it's a fairly long testimony. This lady got it a week ago, and then she put it on 7 different people and shared it with everybody, which is Christmas season. That's what you ought to be
That's
doing
what I
is,
do.
getting one for yourself and maybe one to share. But they had testimonies on thyroid and sleep and pain and rheumatoid arthritis, nicotine, detox. Somebody quit smoking after 40 years,
Oh,
And then if you're reading a lot about nicotine with some of our problems today,
right.
and listen to Dr. Artis, this is a frequency built in for his concept, and you can use it. Insects, helps with bites. Somebody used it for hormones and anxiety. So this is just one person's testimony as they shared it with their family and friends,
Yeah.
And if you want to, you can read it in depth there. But I just thought it was a great way to
Well, she hit everything, and that's something that I think if people that have WAVwatches, we'd love to get your testimony. Again, leave us a comment, just tell us. But I give mine away as much as I wear it, not only to like brag, but I want to help people. I'll be
yeah.
talking about it. I wonder if it'll help my chronic joint pain. I'm like, here, try it out. And within 5 minutes, they're like, this is unbelievable, right? So, and it's experience after experience after experience. Talk about holidays and our loved ones. What a better time to
To
give the
share it,
gift of
definitely.
happiness.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And then another testimony, this one covers pain and injuries, the flu, and autoimmune. Now, think this one might be worth, they're all worth reading, but we've got a lot of ideas here to cover.
Mhm.
But this lady was told that she had an injury, back and neck injuries, and it would take her 3 to 4 months to heal. And she said, after using the WAVwatch for 2 weeks, I was walking again without a cane when they had told her 3 to 4 months. So she's gotten off of 4 of her prescriptions, and, she's been able to reduce her pain medication also by 2/3. So, all kinds of things. You never know. Everybody's just a little bit different. And then someone might say, well, it didn't help me with the flu. And somebody might look at them and go, well, your flu only lasted 3 days and mine lasted 2 weeks. So
Right.
you just never know, quite the way somebody might react, or whether they think it does or does not work. But if you're in pain, if your pain's decreased. The flu is a little bit hard to know because you're not quite sure about all those problems with the
If it's the
flu.
flu, is it really
Yeah.
COVID-19? Just like my friend, is it really tinnitus or does he have other issues? That's the self-care part I was talking about. I think it's my left ear, but it's really my right big toe. That's the problem. That stuff in fact, I just dislocated my shoulder again last fall. And I thought I cracked a vertebrae or a rib. It was dead center. Felt like someone was stabbing me in this dead center back with a knife. It was my shoulder. My shoulder was pulled out. So all the muscles in my neck and my back that
Mhm.
connect my shoulder were taking that. And that's where the pain transferred, right? Had nothing to do with my spine. My spine was fine. My ribs were fine. It was my shoulder. But now I know. I didn't know that, right? I go back to your insomniac and the Chinese, medicine that again, you provide all sorts of links and leads on wavwatch.com. So that's a great resource beyond the purchase point. Again, Kevin 100, save you $100 off that top. But we had a woman that couldn't sleep. So insomnia didn't work for her. But then she read that, if you wake up between 1 and 3, that Chinese medicine says it's your liver. She started using liver detox and now she sleeps throughout the night. I wouldn't have made that connection in a million years. That's what I told
Yeah.
my buddy with tinnitus. Okay, well, you only got 999 more to try. And I think
And I have a lot of stories, but one of my favorite ones is that I had arthritis, in my fingers, and I really wasn't getting rid of it. And as I was developing the WAVwatch, I put together the pathogen folder, which is for cancer causing viruses and bacteria and things like that. And again, that C word, I'm not saying it does anything. It's more preventive idea. So I was wearing my own watch around the house, and all of a sudden I felt a stabbing sensation, in my thumb area and fingers. And I literally went, it hurt for about 8 to 10 seconds. And all I had to do was touch the bottom button and the WAVwatch would light up and I could see what frequency it was playing. And it was playing Epstein-Barr virus. So
Wow.
I knew I probably had a problem with Epstein-Barr virus, but that's all I really knew. And, the pain went away and then it finished its cycle. But when I woke up the next morning, all my arthritis was gone and it hasn't come back in 2 years.
Well, and the first time in 35 years, I did not take seasonal allergy medicine this year. I'm going to give credit to the WAVwatch on that. I'm 150%. And when we were testing all these different products for the longest time, it took years because I didn't want to pollute my experiment, which was me. So I used the ThreeHeaded wand, and that's all I used for a couple of weeks. And guess what? It works, guys. Then I used the X39 patches, and guess what? They work too. And then I moved over, and I'm still wearing the WAVwatch. I haven't moved past the WAVwatch because I'm still playing, and it's working really, really good. So
Well, people have really gotten addicted to it, so it really is fun. And a point that I would like to make, and I was trying to work it in a little bit earlier, but we haven't been taught about our self-care. They don't want us to know anything about self-care or how to take care of ourselves. And actually, frequencies were banned. That's the word to say. They were banned over 100 years ago because several people were making tools at that point in time that used frequencies. So Dr. Royal Raymond Rife was one, and Tesla, he experimented with frequencies a lot. They said he had his own kind of a vibration plate, and they were banned. That was done by the AMA in the 1920s. And could it have been because they knew this particular fact, which I think is so important? They have measured the fact that prescriptions go through your body at a foot a second. Okay. Actually, that's slow. It sounds fast, but it's so slow that your body burns up 98% of that prescription.
Because your body heat.
With the heat. Okay.
That's
So
why
guess what
people,
happens to
I was gonna say, that's why you have to take pills for a couple days or a week or a month just to add to that. Yes, confirmed.
Yeah, doesn't it just hit you over the head?
No,
Duh. No.
right.
But on
So,
the opposite scale, frequencies go through your body at 4.3 times the speed of sound.
yeah.
They're 100% absorbed. The body can't burn them up. They go through so fast. And is there a possibility that they knew that and that's why they banned frequencies because they couldn't make any money if all these tools were developed? Think how far ahead we would be today.
And I think you just found the horrible evil that exists in the world, which is called intent. In big corporate, big pharma, and big politics, that's the beast, three-headed beast, guys. And there's no money in the cure. That's as simple as it is. But if they can keep you sick and weak and down, and again, chemotherapy, it's worse than the disease, for Christ's sake. Everybody that dies, most people that die of cancer, they don't actually die of cancer. They die of radiation poison, of
Chemo.
chemotherapy
Yep.
poison, right? So in many times, it's the same. Hey, are you tired when you get up in the morning? You know what I mean? Are you hungry when you get up? Like comment that I got a pill for that. But then you take that pill and you're gonna have to take these other two pills for the side effects, and then a third pill because the side effect of pill 3, and on. Next thing you know, you have people can relate to this. You have a carrier about this big, and it says Monday and Tuesday, and you open it
Yeah.
up and you take a handful of Skittles every day of your life. In Vermont state, we average 117 prescriptions for every 100 Vermonters. That should terrify people and show you the money that they've been making off your misery, off your suffering. So, and another thing that I've noticed again with the doctors, people will be having problems. They're still going to the doctor, and then they get a WAVwatch. Next thing you know, the doctor's calling me, or the person calls and says, "Hey, Kevin, can this doctor?" I'm like, "I'll talk to anybody." And they're like, "What'd you do? What do you got? What do you got?" And I'm like, "Try this." And I let the doctor wear it for a little while. So the doctors themselves, there's a lot of good doctors and nurses out there that have seen the potential. I know when I give these things away, I really look for, if you're working in a VA hospital, if you're a nurse, if you're working with troubled kids, or if you have the ability to share one of these, that's an attraction for me because I want to help as many people as I can. So.
And Kevin, you kind of broke your rule about you weren't ever going to sell anything.
I
But
know.
isn't it amazing that you opened, and
Well, and
it's
I
like,
don't feel like I'm selling it though, Linda. That's the difference.
yeah.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's in my head. I don't
And
care if
maybe
you
I
guys
shouldn't have
buy
said the
this.
word sell. You
Well,
weren't going to,
well, and again, let's be real. I want to be transparent with people. You have to purchase this. That costs you money. I can save
Mhm,
everybody money. If you're
mhm.
interested in this product, $100 off the price, Kevin 100. At purchase, you click in the promo code, you'll save $100 on it, right? So that's for everybody every day of the week. Another 12%, thanks to Linda and her Christmas giving spirit. But you have to try, you have to look. I can't tell you if it's going to work or isn't going to work. And it's up to you guys. I think it was worth it. That's why I'm here, but I feel like I'm sharing it much more than
Yeah,
selling.
I should have put share. I should have said the word
Well,
sharing.
I don't care if people buy it or not. I really don't. But
But
I
you
hope
are
it works.
learning, you learned a little bit more about the medical background on why we need this and why the information needs to be passed around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and another thing is just like when they try to, again, stay with me here, because I don't know if I believe much of it, but medical community, in order to stop the flu, they give you a little bit of flu, right? Or measles, they give you a little bit of measles, and then your body develops a natural immunity to fight off that disease. Well, I believe, and it'd be funny if we could test this, but I think when your body feels and recognizes these frequencies, I think we start an immunity. Eventually, I think we're the med bed, we're the WAVwatch. This is med bed on the wrist, for anybody's wondering. Eventually, I think we do that with our own minds. And again, back to Emoto and the basic concept behind this, or the Taurus and Nikolai Tesla, or the free energy people that I'm working with. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same stuff. It's that equation. Crazy.
Yeah. And again, we're 100 years behind because they banned us. So now we're catching up and people are paying attention. And that's what you're doing so well, Kevin, is just sharing those ideas. It's amazing because you can describe it and tell, it, none of us may know exactly how it's working, but we know that changes are happening naturally.
Yeah.
So since we're talking about the cold and flu and the season, these are just a couple of folders that you could use on the WAVwatch. So this is all about colds and flu, all of these are available for you
Yeah,
to
we
use.
have COVID-19. That's
Mhm.
one of the new frequencies. There's a million different, we can go on and on, look at all these different things. That's why I said when
Yeah.
you start reading the book, which took me a month and a half before I even opened it, but when you start reading, it is absolutely amazing all the different things that you've managed to put on this. I say one little watch. You guys will notice it's pretty big. Hey, you want to see something cool too? If you press a button, you can see the time. It actually tells it is a watch, a wave watch. But it's actually at first I don't know if I like that. I actually like it now. I don't know, maybe it's like the cowboy hat draws attention. People are like, what the hell is that? I'm like, dude, this is going to change your life. And then I get to tell them the pitch. And that's where I say I'm not selling it. I guess I sell it to them. I give them the pitch, right?
Mhm.
I don't care if they buy
Pitching
it or
it.
not. I'm like, man, I think I can help you. I think this will here, try it. If you like it, promo code Kevin100, go enjoy and hope you live a happy, healthy life. That's my goal for everybody.
And I'm so glad, because at first people do think it is a little bit big, but then as they start using it and they're going through 1,000 ideas and using it all the time, they are seeing, well, it's not that big.
How the hell did you get
And
all into that little tiny thing? And to be honest,
exactly.
it's like women I've seen women, they wear these great big gaudy buttons or earrings that's a style thing. I think that's attractive. You know what I'm talking about? People have seen that all
Yeah.
the time. I've never been
Mhm.
a bling guy. Again, I got a special ring. I got a necklace that I wear now over the years. And even for that was weird for me. I kind of like this. So I don't know. Makes
Well,
people
I'm not. Maybe I'm trying to name drop here or something, but baby Trump, he says now he turns it up all the way when he goes into a room and he's flashing it so that people
yeah.
ask him what it is. And some people really have fun doing that. But I just thought he was that really is his personality. It seems
It,
like that he would have fun doing that.
it
So
is. And
and what I use it for is at night. So you can just kind of activate it with a second, touch it for a second, and the
light.
night light will come on. So
That's
you
what
have a
I
night
do
light.
that too. I absolutely do the same thing. I got to get my key in my apartment door or my car door. Think my Wave watch works that too. So I do the same thing. It's a multitasking device, but the frequency part is very, very cool. Again, acoustic frequency, music vibrates your skin cells and it goes from one cell to another. And the things that we're finding, again, this is provable. You can test this. In one of our podcasts, you guys should go back and watch the other freeway videos. If you look at someone with a headache through thermal imagery, you can see the heat, right? You can see
Mhm.
it. And again, you can tell, again, they put a Wave watch on. Look, you're looking for it, aren't you? There it is.
Yes. There it is.
You can see again, look at the neck, the center person. That person's got a killer headache. You know what you're talking about. You put the Wave watch on and you can see the decrease. My experience, again, I can tell you what happened to me. I've dealt with kidney stones my entire life. I'm still dealing with kidney stones. I wish I could tell you that I'm not, but I'm passing them, which is something I've never done. And
Wow. See?
you can get the flack. Well, again, and I say, oh, that's no fun, but I'm getting them out of my body. Eventually
Mhm.
there ain't going to be any left, and that's hopefully where I'm headed, right? And I've had kidney stone attacks with the Wave watch since I've had it, and they still suck. But I
Yeah.
want to say it was better. I didn't vomit. I didn't pass out from pain. I mean, if anybody's given birth to a kidney stone, that's an experience and a half, right? That's something everybody should go through in life. I do not recommend it. But I was able to manage it again using the pain frequencies with my Wave watch and the flack that we're actually producing. I can do a urinalysis test, right? And I know the Wave watch is breaking down my kidney stones. The last time I went to big pharma, big doctors, and got surgery, they use frequency to break apart my kidney stones, the same exact things. The problem is it wasn't localized to just my kidney stone. They they vibrated the hell out of everywhere. Right.
And
And
they
it
use
was
ultrasound. That's why it's ultrasonic. Yeah.
that's right. That's right. So this again is much, much more safe than that, right? And I believe effective. That's why I'm here sharing this incredible idea. What else
Now,
you got to
Kevin,
say
I
about
don't know
David?
if you ever had a price put on your kidney stones, but I had two people tell me that their medical bill was $40,000 for kidney stone stuff. They were in the hospital several days and the kidney
Wow.
stones weren't gone.
Yeah.
And they passed them when they put the Wave watch on, which was interesting.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's a
$500 versus 40,000 or whatever you want to say,
500 is nothing. I still say I'm way too young to have a urologist, but I have one. Yeah, those guys aren't cheap and they're no fun. That's not a fun doctor visit to go to a
no.
urologist. They say it's the male equivalent of giving birth, but they wouldn't give me an epidural because I was asking for one. You know what? Really, I think um, um, brain disorder. I'm having a lot of TBI specifically. I've been sharing mine with a lot of soldiers. A lot of guys, TBI, these guys have problem with lights and flashes and sounds specifically. And man, a lot of success with that. You had the same experience?
Yes. Yes, this it does seem like the
Brain
veterans
disease.
have really appreciated because there's enough things on there. They have so many problems and they spent a lot of their life going from doctor to doctor to doctor. If they can get in,
Right. Well,
that's the hard part.
you can
And
see
so
from
they
the
can put the Wave watch on and changes happen.
yeah, they see it. And again, I'm hearing it directly from the soldiers. And you can see from the list up here again, emotions, anxiety, bipolar, there's loneliness. These are things that we all go through. There's actually a frequency that can help you through that time. Addiction, like you were talking about, there's an addiction button
Mhm.
on here. And a lot of these things, I haven't played with all of these things yet, but the reports we're getting from other people are sensational. So
Well,
sleeping.
it is the Christmas season, and everybody's supposed to be happy, or we want to try to be. We have ups and downs in our society, but SAD, seasonal affective disorders, is one of the biggest things at this time of year. So I wanted to point that out to you.
Yeah, not
So
only
a
flu
lot of
season.
people when the sunlight changes, they really have problems. And so this is a big thing on the WAVwatch so that you can, it has those ideas right there, seasonal affective disorder. And I've had lots of comments on that, and
Right.
people, it just makes them feel better. So
Yeah.
this
The amount
is
of
the time
sunlight.
to have the WAVwatch, winter time.
That's right. Not only cold and flu season, but it's Christmas season. So help a loved one out and treat them with healthy living. That'd be kind of cool. And Kevin 100, save you $100 plus another 12%. Thanks to Linda. That's so nice of you. Linda, you give back so much. You really do.
Oh, I've enjoyed it. Well, the people are given to me because um I just I have a lot of emotions when somebody calls and said, "Hey,
Change my
you
life.
know, my back has hurt for 50 years." I mean, I still can't believe it. I can't even imagine what that person must have gone through. And in 25 minutes, my pain was gone.
Yeah.
And now
No,
this person has gone overseas and told people about it overseas. And he's got testimonies now from somebody he had lunch with, and I'm not sure which country it was now, and the sciatic pain was gone during lunch, and the guy had it for 20 years or, whatever. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but years and years.
yeah.
And you hear stuff like that, and it's just like, there's my payback, And so several people have bought multitudes of watches to give away. So
Yeah.
back to their friends. And that's really the one that makes me cry. And not
That's the one
everybody's
that
in a
makes me.
position they can do it, but
That's the one that makes me amazed actually, because $500 is a lot of money for most people. But the people
Mhm.
that spend it come back with another 500 because they're like this. Again, they want to pass that on. And the gift of giving is so self-gratifying. I can't even tell you. I feel the same thing. I've had people, I'm a bladder. People know that about me. But I've had people again come to me and they cry. It's emotional because it's the first time they haven't had pain in 20 years, like you're talking about. Well, if they cry, I cry too. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good cry though. That's what you're talking about with this amazing feeling of being able to help people. I mean, it
Mhm.
is an amazing feeling. And that's exactly why I am sharing this beautiful product. Can you take us off a screen share? I want to, I
I
want to
certainly
read,
can.
I want to read a name. I don't even have to look at it because we're going to give away Merry Christmas to Vera Hyduk. And for once, you didn't know about this one. I haven't even told Linda yet. So you got to wait a minute. Hopefully you'll get it by Christmas, Vera. But Vera Hyduk is the better half of one of my friends, Marcus Kahn. People know Marcus on my show is the man with solutions. Marcus has bacteria that'll clean our oceans. He's got free energy and he's got some amazing air products and incredible. He's got a lubricant that reduces friction by 90%. And the engineers out there, if you realize what I'm saying, that's incredible, right? A green,
Wow.
healthy, non-toxic solution. And Vera is the woman that kind of keeps him together. Now, Marcus had a battle with cancer. We thought we were going to lose him in April, and he survived that. And thanks to Vera, that's a big part of that. So I want to congratulate Vera for keeping her household safe. That's where it starts. Look after your own. I think Marcus is an incredibly important person, and so is Vera. But together, they fed off each other.
Team.
Same. Well,
Yeah.
and she started. She was the first person. Again, this is a few years ago. The ERC program, the Earned Credit Refund, where small businesses were getting up to I don't know $20,000 an employee or something foolish, and it didn't cost. Kind of like the PPP loans. And it was really convoluted and scary, and most people didn't do it. And then again, a lot of things happened with the IRS and our government. They revised it and it got easier, and it was helping, huge success for small businesses and keeping our mom and pop stores alive, again, small businesses. And Vera came to me with that, and I can't tell you how many hundreds of businesses she saved, restored, brought back. And again, she got a little bit of a cut of the money that the government was giving away. So it didn't cost the people anything, but she saved lives. She saved people, and she's a good friend too. And I love her. So I love you, Vera. Merry Christmas. I'll be getting you a WAVwatch. So congratulations.
So I just need that address, and I know
I
you'll be
know.
sending
We'll
it
get
to
it to
me.
you off air, right?
I'll look.
We will.
I'll look.
You know what? The funny part of that story, Linda, is again, we've talked in the past. I've got a new batch of people. And for everybody watching, how we usually do this giveaway is I'll give away 8 or 10 at a time or whatever it is. And then we read them over the next few weeks, and it gives people the chance to get it and use it and hopefully come on the show and share their experience. And we're just after honest experiences. That's how more transparent than that do you get. So in this case, we got a new batch of people, and I'm still working on my list, and I actually have some. And then unprepared Kevin, 5 minutes before the show, said, "Oh man, I gotta give up." And it's Christmas time, and I know Vera, and she's a saint, and I love her. So that's where that was literally. I just pulled that off my head. Vera.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's what I said in real time. She doesn't know it. Having your name read, that's kind of cool too. I hope she's running around right now, squeezing Marcus and giving him some love. You guys are awesome. So I
And then
think
don't forget, you go to my website. We're having the 12 frequencies of Christmas, and look on Facebook also, WAVwatch, and Instagram, WAVwatch, Rumble, WAVwatch. Look at all of those ideas.
everywhere.
And we're giving a WAVwatch away a day. We've already given 9. So
Wow.
we're finishing up, 12 days of Christmas. But
We
and
gotta
then
wait.
if you're interested in ordering, try to get it through by the 18th at 2:00. That's kind of when the post office cuts off, or will not make any promises for
Right. And
delivery.
your wave watch will still work on the 26th, by the way.
That's right.
So, but try to get it in, and I'll try to get this video up today, the 15th, so people can see it and order it, because we are getting down to that deadline. Kevin 100 saves you $100 every day, any day. And we hope this
Yes.
thing helps
Use
you.
it all the time.
Use it all the time. And again, Linda, thank you. I love you for everything you do. It's awesome.
Thanks.
have
It's
a
always
happy
fun to
holiday.
be on.
All right. See you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Share this video. Bye.